Welcome back to another game of let's take a perfectly fine running and driving car and make it no longer a perfectly fine running and driving car. In the last video, we got the KA out of the S14 out, as you can see from the lack of engine where the engine should be. As you can also see, I have still not yet cleaned up the shop, and it's starting to be a little bit embarrassing. Actually, no, I prefer the term well used. The shop is very well used right now. Just for fun, and to prove a point here, if we go ahead and get our battery connected here, she starts right up. The reason that I wanted to show you the car still starts is because I want to test myself today. Okay. By now, I've probably pulled either this engine or the engine on the S14. Like, I've pulled the KAs from 240s probably 10 to 15 times by now, just as sort of like a fun personal experiment, a personal test of my progression. I wanted to set like a timer and see how long it takes us to go from a perfectly running and driving car to engine and transmission out with the engine on an engine stand ready to swap over the turbo stuff. If you haven't been staying up to date with the past couple of videos on this channel, the last video explains why I'm doing what I'm doing, because a lot of people are still giving me a hard time for it. You can go check out that video for a little bit of backstory. With the engine from the S14 out, and given the fact I'm just swapping over all of the turbo stuff, I feel like it's gonna make my life a whole lot easier to just do the exact same thing on the S13 engine, get it out and get it on a engine stand. The problem is I only own one engine stand. We are gonna make a quick trip to the happiest place on earth. It is the promised land. We got the goods, and not only that, but it came with a free bucket. All right, we are locked and loaded, and now back home. We have arrived. We're at the shop. Ta-da! This is not gonna count towards the timed challenge that I'm giving myself today. Got everything laid out, got our instructions pulled up, and I guess thanks to the magic of editing, in the next 3 seconds, that's gonna be set up. Ta-da! Engine stand number 2. Engine stand number 1 is in use. Now we have another one to put to use. I'm not gonna make the same mistake that I made in the last video. We're putting on the coveralls that my mom got me this time. Ready? Here we go. Ta-da! There you go. I gotta start wearing these more, man. I look sick. We got everything that I should be needing to get... Oh, I need the, where is the transmission jack? There she is. Hold on, I gotta get that up there before we start. Okay, that should be everything that we need. Whoops, I hit you guys. This is going to be, again, a test of my ability. The order that I usually do things, at least for KAs, is I like removing the transmission first. Obviously, when you have a 2-post lift and a transmission jack, it makes the world of difference. Otherwise, it is easier to pull the transmission and the engine together. Drain all the fluids, drop the transmission, undo the wiring harness, undo the fans, the radiator, all of that. Pull the engine, and that's really it. And I want you guys to play along with here, all right? Humor me, will you? I want you to pause the video in the next 5 or 10 seconds, and I want you to guess how long it's gonna take me to get the engine and transmission out and get the engine on the engine stand from start to finish. My guess, I'll tell you when to pause the video and guess. My guess It's 12:30 right now. I'm saying 3 hours. I would be happy with 3 hours. I'm not I may look like one, but I'm not a professional mechanic. I don't really know what I'm doing. I feel a lot more confident than I used to, but I'm saying 3 hours. If it's less than 3 hours, I'll be super stoked on that. If it's more than 4 hours, something must have gone wrong. Now, I want you to pause the video and place your guess down to the minute. I'm saying 3 hours and 14 minutes, okay? Pause the video, place your bets, don't you dare cheat. Winner gets absolutely nothing. Yeah, pause the video, place your bets. Got our stopwatch pulled up, and I guess without further ado, I'm gonna push start. Boom. All right, timer's on. Where's the timer? Where's the stop button? There it is. 2 hours, 26 minutes, 15 seconds. That's not bad. Just like that, engine. Also, Doug is here, but I gave him strict instructions to not help. So if you see him in the time lapse, he was here, moral support, we were having a conversation. He did not help, okay? I did this solo. I had to point that out. She is out. Engine bay is, I was gonna say clean, but it's nowhere near clean. But there's no engine in it now. Got the trans out. So now we have no working car. I went from the van running, the Corvette running, the S14 running and driving, and the S13 running and driving, to now not running or driving, not running or driving, no engine, and no engine. Oh. Okay, I want to get cleaned up. I feel crazy right now. Oh, dude, it is crazy how big of a difference just like a light cleaning of a dirty space and then like a cleaning of a body, like a shower and a shave. I feel so much better today. It's definitely still a mess in here, but at least I like pushed everything to the sides and I cleared up the bottom and cleaned the bottom and everything. And now we have our two engines ready for the great swap. Most of this really should be pretty straightforward. Obviously, I need the manifold, pretty much everything on the manifold. I'll just unbolt the manifold and slap it onto this. I'll need a new gasket. Also, we'll need a new turbo to downpipe gasket. That's another reason that I wanted to get everything out before ordering parts. I just know that I'd be like, oh, I need these two gaskets, then I buy them, and then I'm like, oh wait, I need this one also, then I have to pay shipping again. So I wanted to make a list of everything I'll need before ordering things. To my knowledge though, it's just gonna be gaskets because I have all of the actual hardware. Manifold and everything attached to it. That includes the oil and water lines. I might as well take the oil filter relocation. There's some of it still in the S14 that I gotta pull off too. Miscellaneous like adapter plates for the water and oil lines I'm gonna take too. I'm gonna need these fuel injectors because these are Deechwork 550cc fuel injectors. Those are just the stock fuel injectors. And then in this box over here, we have the ECU we're gonna need, and then we have a Walbro 255 fuel pump that we're gonna need as well to match those injectors. This is gonna be, oh, and then also I'll need the oil pan from the S14 because when I turboed it, I had to weld this bung in there as our oil drain. So I'm just gonna take the whole oil pan and put it onto that one. I think I'm gonna start by just pulling the exhaust manifold off. I do remember that some of these are an absolute pain to get to. So we're just gonna work some magic. That one wasn't loose. I was trying to get to this one to figure out how I can reach it, and I think I figured out a way. That's why you can see a gap there already. But some of them are easy. You can just reach it with an impact, but some of them are blocked by stuff. So let's see. Guess I really got that one on. Nothing Big Bertha can't help with. Look at that. Way easier. Okay. And then some of these, you just gotta do by hand, doing like a quarter turn at a time. Gotta love it. All right, it came out. That is all of the nuts for the exhaust manifold. With our manifold fully free, now we just gotta worry about the hoses. So I'm gonna disconnect it from the oil pan here. The oil feed line is already disconnected because that went into the sandwich plate up there. And then this water line, I'm just gonna disconnect here, but I am gonna have to pull that adapter and swap it over at some point. Everything is just so hard to reach. Okay, there's that one. Should be able to pull this out now. And now it's, now it's just the oil pan. And this is probably gonna drip oil everywhere. Beautiful. It really didn't leak that much. So that should be everything disconnected from the turbo manifold. I got it. Looking at this, it kind of looks like this cylinder, or this thing wasn't fully mated down, which makes sense because this one was really hard to get to. So maybe when I installed it, I didn't torque it good enough. You can see the color difference, like the carbon buildup around it there versus all of the other ones. They're nice and clean. So that's something to keep in mind when I put it back on this one. Okay, time to get the oil relocation kit thing off. This thing's not necessary at all, but it did make a world of difference of just making my oil changes easier and just cleaning up the engine bay a bit. What it does essentially is it screws on to the whatever you call that, the oil filter housing that bolts onto the block, which normally is where your oil filter would go. So if you're doing your oil changes, you just unscrew it from there. It makes a bit of a mess, whatever, not a huge deal. But what the relocation does is instead of your oil filter going here, that runs the lines up to, you know, the firewall or kind of wherever you want in the engine bay. So your oil filter is way more accessible. And then it also just cleans up like under the manifold as well. So I like it. Oh my god, I caught it. Oil filter relocation is on. I got it tight using the completely wrong tool. But yeah, that's on there. And now I'm pretty sure it's just, we gotta pull this one out of the S13 block. And then we have to come over here and replace it with this one. It was part of a turbo oil and water line kit that I bought, but see, the lighting's really bad. It has an extra little nipple there for the feed, the coolant feed for the turbo. And then it also has the stock coolant line that goes to wherever it's gotta go. Let's see if I can get leverage for this. Oh yeah. Oh, I hope I have enough room to slide it up without having to pull the manifold. There's no way. That would be so lame. Oh, come on, really? There it goes. Thank God. Okay. I made a whoopsie. I was pulling the old one off of the S14, the one that has the outlet for the water line for the turbo, and I broke it. When I was twisting it off, I didn't realize that the little nipple there was actually rubbing on a hard vacuum line, and you can see all around the like flange of that line is now like dented and warped and bent. I don't know if you can see it there, but that's what makes it watertight. So if that's damaged at all, it's not going to be watertight anymore. I'm going to have to hit up the company and see if I can just buy either this piece or just buy that 90-degree elbow. Not a big deal, obviously. It's just annoying because I already had it, but it is what it is. So I'm just gonna get everything else swapped over and hit them up about getting a new one of these. The next one that we got to replace is that one right there, which again, same thing. From the factory, like stock, there's only one port for coolant, but you need two now for the turbo. So same thing, from the same kit actually, there is this, which is kind of hard to see. It's this plate that has a banjo bolt for the stock line, and then another one of those AN elbows for the line to the turbo. The only interesting thing is that this kit was designed for an S13 KA, and it's on an S14 KA as of now. So you can see there's literally zero clearance between that banjo bolt and my throttle position sensor. Like, they're actually touching, and it's digging into the throttle position sensor, which isn't great, but it's been like that since I turboed it. It's been fine. But because of that, in order to remove this plate, I actually have to pull the throttle body as well. But when I put it back in, I should have enough clearance to just bolt it in, but again, we will see. There we go. We don't really have to remove it, we just need it disconnected, so I have that clearance. Sorry, I know it's blurry, but I'm trying to just get this done. I'm not worrying too much about the filming, to be honest. And then this is RTV'd on, so it might take a little bit of prying. All of this stuff is aluminum, so you gotta be pretty careful to not, like, mar it on any of the mating surfaces. But there we go. We are free. All right, day 3. I think I just like stopped filming yesterday, and then I went to go eat food, then I just never filmed again. I've just been tinkering around a little bit this morning. I replaced all of this power steering stuff. You remember that we had all sorts of power steering issues at the track, and that line actually ruptured because it was sort of a temporary high pressure line. Now that we're moving forward, swapping all of the turbo stuff over, we have both engines out. I'm gonna steal the relocation from this one and then put that one in this one if I decide to go KA in this car. I swapped over all of the chase bays stuff needed for the power steering, which means I got to bypass this big old bulky thing, which is very good. That thing's always gotten in the way of the dipstick and whatnot over here. I also went ahead and I got that, what's it called? Like a adapter or whatever that thing is called. I got that RTV'd on and I got the old one off. So the hose is on there, banjo bolt is on, RTV is currently curing, and then we're gonna have that water line from the turbo connect to that eventually. I did make a little discovery though. So you guys remember we pulled this off and we were gonna replace it with this, but I damaged the little AN connection there. I actually found out, and I'm glad I checked, that the thread pitch that goes into the block, so that threads into right there, that's actually different between S13 and S14 blocks apparently. I do actually need this whole assembly with a different thread pitch on the bottom here for the block as opposed to just that 90 degree. So I just hit up the company and hopefully I'm having this sent out soon. I went ahead and I ordered a new exhaust manifold gasket. I went ahead and ordered a new turbo outlet gasket. The only 2 things we have left to swap over are the oil pans, because like I said, I need that welded bung from that one onto this engine, and then the injectors, I think I mentioned, these are going on that KA, and the Deechworks 550s on that KA are going to this one here. And, oh, I'm hesitant to even talk about it because it's not even remotely set in stone yet. Okay, I'm gonna hold off on prepping this for paint because I might be doing something, but I think I'll tell you that later. First, we gotta flip this bad boy over, which always feels so weird to have an engine be upside down. But it's time for the oil pan to come off. There we go. There she is. Got that one off. Gotta clean the mating surfaces, obviously. And now let's get that one off. Dude, working on 2 engines at the same time is such a weird feeling. Ha-ha. God, every time I do that, I forget how time consuming it is to get the bottom of the block clean and the oil pan clean. And this was my first time ever doing it on 2 engines back to back, so it took double the time. Got the mating surface on this KA, nice and clean. And come over here, we have the mating surface on this KA, also nice and clean. And then the oil pans themselves, nice and clean all the way around. Hooray. I'm actually supposed to be meeting my homie at 5 p.m. to look at something. We are going to look at another 240, but hear me out, okay? First of all, I don't need another car. No one needs more than one car to begin with. I have too many cars. I have far too many unfinished projects. It's borderline an addiction, borderline hoarding. I'm well aware of this. I should not be buying another car. I'm not buying another car, don't worry. I might be trading some things though. I need to downsize, actually. Like, I really want to sell a couple of cars so I can free up space, acquire some money so I can finish some of these projects, because the 2JZ van, for example, that's been on hold because I don't have the budget right now to buy what's needed for the 8HP swap and start moving forward with that. It's been in my mind for a while now that I need to sell some things. The problem is I get too emotionally attached to like anything that I touch or I work on, and I think that is like a very mild symptom of hoarding. The S14, for example, like, do I need two 240s? Absolutely not, but there's so much sentimental value to the S14. I will never in a million years get what I invested into that car. I'll never get what I want for that car. I'm sort of just like locked into that car for life. The C5, the Corvette, it was a free car, but the only string attached was that I can't sell it or trade it, so I'm also kind of locked into that car for life, which, I mean, that's fine. Like, I'm really excited to learn the LS platform and have fun with that car. The van's my favorite car at this moment, and I've never even driven it, but like, I am very attached to that van, very excited to get that project started and finished. And that leaves the S13, which is really what this channel started off of. I don't really have any emotional attachment to that car. It's a beater. That's the point of it, is to just be the seat time drift car that I don't care about, and so far it has served its purpose beautifully. However, you guys know that the next step for that car is prepping it for paint, painting it, and getting it looking a little bit better. It's a salvage title. It's not a clean title car. It does have a fair amount of rust on the A-pillars, which again, for a seat time car, it doesn't matter. But my homie Austin, who you guys actually know, he's been on the channel before, a good homie of mine, he hit me up this morning and he was like, hey, do you want another S chassis? And I was like, first of all, no. But then he's like, oh, like I picked up, so he has an S13 hatch, same exact car as mine, except like clean title and actually like clean stock body, uncut quarter panels. But it's single cam, and no one wants a single cam. But he just picked up an S13 coupe that he wants to build, but it's only a shell. He has no engine, no transmission, like no drivetrain for it. It just so happens that I have an extra KA out of the S14. I have the transmission for that for that KA. I have a drive shaft. Like, I have everything that I need. I have everything that he needs, essentially. And I don't really have a use for it, because I don't plan on putting what's going to be a stock KA now, the KA that was turboed, that we're reverting back to stock. I don't have a use for that. If whatever I decide to put in the S14, it's not going to be a KA now. I don't really want to sink, thousands of dollars into that engine to do a full rebuild or to build the internals, you know what I mean? He said he's fine. Like, I told him the compression numbers, I told him that it burns a little bit of oil. He's like my homie, I'm not gonna try to screw him over or anything. He knows the condition of the engine and everything. And we are both entertaining the idea of me trading the S14 KA stock, the transmission, the S13 engine harness, because putting an S14 KA in an S13, you have to interchange some stuff. S13 ECU, because again, I have an extra one because I had to get it repaired. So like, I have two of them. I have all of these extra parts that I was planning on listing on Facebook Marketplace to help fund some of the other projects, but it could be a whole lot easier, and I don't have to deal with Marketplace, because Marketplace is a nightmare. If I just trade him these things for his clean title, clean S13 hatch, then I could sell my S13 shell, but it's not worth much. Someone's gonna want it for exactly why I wanted it. Just have a beater drift chassis, which leaves me only having to deal with selling one thing on Facebook Marketplace, and I think selling a full like rolling shell is gonna be easier than, selling a transmission, selling an engine, selling a harness, like selling multiple parts, This is more like exploratory, Most of the time and money and work that we put into that car has been in the engine, which obviously we're keeping. That's what this whole video has been about. But the shell itself, like, I have no attachment to it. Nothing is set in stone. This is kind of, I'm like 20% feeling it right now. I think he's around the same. So I'm gonna go look at the car in person. I've never seen it. But yeah, that's That's the plan here. Rough plan, I should say. There she is. And there he is. What up? All right. So this is her. Give me the rundown.
We got a beautiful 1990 Nissan 240SX.
Rust free.
It was a no edition. Maybe,
oh yeah,
maybe
the blank edition.
This is a proper S13 like missile right here.
No, it really is. So I gave him a little bit of backstory, but you've been just trading all over the place.
Yeah.
And this is the shell that he got that I was mentioning. Super sick S13 hatch that he wants this to be the drift car, and now he's trying to get rid of this either by selling it, parting it out, whatever. And he was saying that he was hitting up like a couple homies, me being one of them, of just like possible trades or like how to get the hatch, no, the coupe running. Pop the hood on this bad boy.
This guy's a fucking down business.
Yeah, so let's get down to business. So first thing I noticed, it's got an interior. It has the rear seats, which I like. It has a dash that I would probably swap with mine. But the big appeal to me is that it has all the gauges I need. It has the battery already relocated to the trunk, which is all stuff that I'm gonna have to do. Not a big deal, but stuff that I'd have to do to my S13 because I'm turboing it. Because this thing, single cam, was turbo. It was turbo when you bought it or no?
No, the kid, he sold the turbo off of it because he needed money or something.
And then sold the car?
He just parked it. And
okay.
It sat for a couple months, and then I got it. It's got like brand new headers on it.
Right. Yeah, it's still, Austin was saying that it still has all of the like oil lines, but nothing's like ran anywhere because there's no turbo.
I have pictures of it turbo.
Okay, yeah, you sent me. It looks sick.
Sketchy E-fan shit.
Yeah.
I have a fan. I just don't have a clutch.
Oh yeah, huh? Okay, yeah. I didn't even notice that.
I just need a clutch.
Right. I mean, realistically, like that single cam is getting sold on Marketplace for what, $500 if that. Like, yeah. So I'm mainly looking at it as, is this more or less valuable to me than my S13? Because they're both the goal of both of them is to be like seat time drift cars that you don't really care about. The biggest appeal of this to me is clean title. My insurance is almost double. They called me, they're like, hey, we noticed your car's salvage title. We can't offer you the rate that we quoted you. It's like double, which I didn't even know that was a thing, to be honest. And I've tried shopping around and they won't even insure a salvage title car. I don't know why. My homies have salvage title cars with no issues. So I don't know what's going on there, but I want a clean title strictly to save money on insurance. Obviously the hatch itself, I would just swap this out with my hatch from the S13.
Oh, this thing had a sick rocket bunny wing on it when I got it.
Did it?
I think that's what started that.
Right, yeah, it was all downhill from there.
It's self-tappers all up in it.
Right. Can you, does this close or? Oh, yep, it's already open. Sometimes it latches, sometimes it doesn't. So I was looking at this. It was definitely like crumpled in the back at some point and then pulled, but I mean, again, none of this matters. The goal, it's a beater drift car. Rear seats, battery relocation, untouched or like not untouched, but uncut quarter panels. This one got hammered out at some point, but typical 240 things. A little wavy here and there. It was tripping me out because Austin was telling me, because like to turbo the car, pretty much same thing we're doing with my S13. You have to like either get a standalone ECU or flash tune or chip tune the stock ECU. This is a tuned stock ECU, but because he took the turbo out, Austin's saying it runs terribly, but like it's still the tuned ECU. So
it runs okay, but you can definitely smell the fuel.
Oh, because it probably is super rich.
So rich.
Okay, it's just like dumping fuel into it. That makes sense. Again, none of that matters because like I'm pulling everything and literally just making this my S13 if I decided to go that route. I already tried.
This thing's also just a hot side away from parting. You know?
Yeah, no, that is true.
Send it into the ground.
Yeah, just redo the single cam turbo and
all
just.
You need is a manifold and turbo.
Right.
Turbo, T28.
Damn, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
It's not much.
It could just be another beater S chassis, single cam. What's the power difference between single cam and dual cam? Do you know?
Like 20.
Oh, so it's not even that. Why does everyone hate on single cam so much? Because they're just.
I don't know. People that have them love them.
Right.
I feel like cars like this make people hate single cams.
Right. All the sketchy wiring and just, yeah.
Bad 240 owners.
Yeah, most 240 owners are
bad cars.
Yeah. Off camera, I already tried my luck of trying to finesse the coupe because I really like the coupe, but he says that he wants the coupe, which is valid.
I got this thing yesterday.
Yeah. What, less than 24 hours? God damn it.
I gotta marinate on it.
Are you sure? We could make a deal.
Oh,
I can't upgrade too much, or else I'll run into the same issue I have with the S14, where it's like, oh, it's too clean. Yeah. I don't want to crash it.
That's why I'm happy with this stuff.
It's like the proper amount.
It's a straight coupe that's like not
right.
super clean. You know?
Right. No, for sure. That's a solid drift chassis. Oh, decisions to be made, huh?
You see that ECU down there too.
Oh yeah.
Got their sticker on it.
You said it was RS enthalpy or whatever?
Yeah, you can see that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Huh.
It says like the timing. $20.
I'm gonna marinate on it for a bit. God, I think I have a hoarding problem. Because now I'm thinking like, well, what if I just like.
Well, it's like I hit you up and you were down and I was like.
Yeah.
I was like, I have 2 of them.
Oh man, because now I'm liking the idea. I was just telling the camera how I am not allowing myself to get another car. Because I can't even finish my projects now. I need money for them. All it needs is a turbo.
Yeah.
And then you have another turbo hatch. Yeah. So I'm kind of thinking like, what if we just did that? Like, what if I just spend more money that I don't have and continue maxing out my credit card? But then maybe we could sell that for more? Oh my God.
That's where I'm at. Do I try to sell the unboosted?
Right. Or just like buy the turbo and then, yeah.
But I'm scared I'm going to set it up and be hooked. You know?
Right, no, for sure.
That thing's never going to get finished.
Yeah. All right, let me think on it for a sec. I'll resume in a minute. I made a good decision for once in my life. I passed on it. Before I saw the car in person, I told myself it had to be in a pretty clean condition for me to consider it. Otherwise, it's just me acting impulsively, which I have a very bad habit of. You know, wow, look at this thing. GT3 RS, I think so sick. I would say it's equally as clapped as my shell, just in different ways. So like the quarter panels are in better condition, but the hatch itself is all rusted out. You could tell it was in a rear end collision. It had been pulled out. It was more of like an even, like it didn't really feel like an upgrade. It felt like a pretty same tier as my car. No rust on the A-pillars, but you know, rust elsewhere. I have made the decision to not impulsively do anything. I'm going to commit to cleaning up the S13, which that's what I should have done to begin with. So yeah, we're gonna prep it for paint, get it painted, and dude, once that car is painted, it's going to look like a new car, and I know that. I needed to explore it for myself, but I'm glad I decided not to. And then I'm just gonna sell that stuff on Marketplace and deal with the Marketplace people, and then once we sell some stuff, we can move forward on the other projects. But I want to get this S13 boosted and running. All right, so the biggest reason that I wanted to explore that is because if I was going to move forward with that trade or a trade, there's no point in prepping this for paint. But I've set it in stone now. We're gonna pull, you know, as many of these accessories as we can, so I can spray the engine bay. We're gonna pull everything off of the body, prep it, paint it. Also gonna go through, you know, deal with all this weather stripping that apparently doesn't even exist anymore. Grind out all of the rust and, you know, fill it to the best of my ability. At the end of the day, it's not a show car, obviously. It's a drift car. We're not gonna do anything crazy to it. It is now time to get these oil pans back on their engines. KA, done. KA number 2, done. Oh, I don't know why I feel like I did so much. We didn't really do anything. It just took a while. It was just like cleaning and like prepping the oil pans. I'm gonna let them sit and cure upside down just so no residual oil gets in there. But we have our bung now for our turbo oil drain that goes right there. I have gone through and ordered, to my knowledge, everything that we need to get it back in the car, which is really just 3 things. I ordered that new little 90 thing. I just have it threaded in now just as a placeholder, but we remember that we damaged that, so I ordered a new assembly here. I also found out that I was being an idiot. I think earlier in this video I said that the thread pitch was different. It's not. I don't know, long day. We have that coming. We have our exhaust manifold gasket coming. We have our turbo outlet gasket coming, and that should be it. He did say that that 90-degree, that black piece he won't have it for a week or two, so that's gonna be annoying because that's gonna be the last piece we're waiting for. But that gives us all the time that we need to get this thing looking good. It's going to be my first time painting a car. Stripping the engine bay, painting that, not sure what color yet, stripping all the paint, and it's not even paint, dude. It's literally plasti dip that is just disgusting. Stripping all that off and prepping for paint, which opens the floor to you guys for what color should I do? I have ideas, none of which I'm set on yet. This car is also gonna get painted, and I pretty much have decided that I wanna keep this OEM factory color, but just respray the whole car. I personally love this color. So this car is staying this color. Then I got to thinking, like, you know what would be kind of cool is if we had two S chassis that were both the same color. So I was kind of thinking, like, what if I painted that one the same color too? But also, like, this is the beater drift car. Like, maybe we do some just like flashy drift car color, but I'm totally open to suggestions, so if you got ideas, let me know. That is what you can expect in the next couple of videos, is going to be fully transforming this car into, I was gonna say, it's like beautiful. It's not gonna be beautiful. It's just gonna be like better, you know what I mean? Also, after talking to Austin a bit off camera, we decided it's like 99.9% set in stone. He is going to be buying the S14 KA, as is, non-turbo. Like I said, I need to start selling things and acquiring money if I ever want to finish any of these projects. That means two things. No more KA means we're doing something else for the S14. Maybe the 2JZ from the van does end up in there eventually. I don't know. I don't know quite how long I want that car down for, but more importantly, that means we'll have some money to put back into the van and get back on that project, because I am eager to get this thing done. We went gung-ho for a while, and then we had to pause because cars are expensive. I'm glad I'm finally committing to actually selling something so I can buy more things. As always though, thank you guys for watching and supporting me on this journey. I feel like this video was very ADHD. Undiagnosed. Taylor always gets mad at me when I say I have ADHD, because she's diagnosed ADHD, but this video was a demonstration of my brain. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point. Thank you guys. Thank you to the channel members, viewers, everybody. Appreciate you being here and sharing this all with me. See you guys for the next episode. Peace out.